Again, we are covering Geography of Class 10 from NCRT book under heading Contemporary India 2 for CDS and Civil Services Pre-Exam. Next topic is resource planning in the chapter Resources and Development. So, under this, the first point is planning is widely accepted strategy for judicious use of resources. It has importance in a country like India, which has enormous diversity in the availability of resources. So planning is essential. Next point is there are regions which are rich in certain type of resources but are deficient in some other resources. Next point, there are some regions which can be considered self-sufficient in terms of availability of resources, and there are regions which have acute shortage of some vital resources. For example, the states of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh are rich in minerals and coal deposits, but they um, do not have technology. Next point is Arunachal Pradesh has abundance of water resources but lacks of infrastructure development. Next point is state of Rajasthan is very well endowed with solar and wind energy but lacks in water resources. Next point is cold desert of Ladakh is relatively isolated from the rest of the country. It has very rich cultural heritage but it is deficient in water, infrastructure and some vital minerals. Next point is this call for all these because there is something in something abundant in some regions and deficient in other regions. So this call for balanced resource planning at the national level, regional level and local level. Okay. So planning is required because we do not have all the things at one place. So we have to take one thing from one place and other thing from other place. So that's why planning is required. Next topic is resource planning in India. So under this, the first point is resource planning is a complex process which involves one identification and inventory of resources across the regions of the country. This involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. Second, evolving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. Next one, matching the resource development plans with overall national development plan. So first point is to identify the resource inventory and by surveying, mapping, quantitative and quantitative estimation. Okay, and second point is to plan for technology for extracting these resources. Third point is matching the resource development plan with overall national development plan. So this is a complex process which involves these three steps. Next point is India has made concerted effort for achieving the goals of resource planning right from the first 5 year plan launched after independence. So India has made effort since launching of first 5 year plan that was launched just after independence. Next point is the availability of resources is a necessary condition for the development of any region, but mere availability of resources in the absence of corresponding changes in technology and institution may hinder development. So both are required, technology to change and resources. If one of them is not there, then it may hinder the development. Next point is there are many regions in our country that are rich in resources, but these are included in economically backward regions. On the contrary, there are some regions which have a poor resource base, but they are economically developed. The history of colonization reveals that rich resources in colonies were the main attraction for foreign invaders. Like now it is happening, US is looking for oil and coal, etc. So, but US is rich, so US is looking for these countries which are poor because US has technology and these countries have only the resources, not the technology or not the money to extract the resources. Okay. So, so this is so US is looking for the countries or the colonies which have uh, rich in resources. Next point is it was primarily the higher level of technological development of colonizing countries that helped them to exploit resources of other regions and establish their supremacy over the colonies. Therefore, resources can contribute to development only when they are accompanied by appropriate technological development and institutional changes. Next point, India has experienced all this in different phases of colonization. Therefore, in India, development is in general, and resource development in particular does not only involve the availability of resources but also the technology, quality of human resources, and the historical experiences of the people. So this was about resource planning in India. So now next topic is conservation of resources according to NCERT book. So here the first point is resources are vital for any development activity, but irrational consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to socio-economic and environmental problems. The next point is to overcome these problems, resource conservation at various levels is important. This had been the main concern of leaders and thinkers in the past. For example, Gandhiji was very apt in voicing his concern about resource conservation in these words. There is enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed. It's according to Gandhian philosophy. There should be enough for everybody's need, but not for anybody's greed. Greed should not be there. Only needs should be satisfied. Next is he placed the greedy and selfish individual and exploitative nature of modern technology as the root cause of resource depletion at the global level. He was against mass production and wanted to replace it with the production by masses. Next point is at the internet. So this is the effort made by Gandhiji, and now at the international what is happening? At the international level, the Club of Rome advocated resource conservation for the first time in more systematic way in 1960. Subsequently, in 1974, Gandhian philosophy was once again presented by Smakar in his book Small is Beautiful. The seminal contribution with respect to resource conservation at the global level was made by Brundtland Commission Report 1987. This report introduced the concept of sustainable development and advocated. Now, sustainable development comes in 1987 and advocated it as a means for resource conservation, which was subsequently published in a book entitled For Our Common Future. So next and last point in this topic is another significant contribution was made at the Earth Summit at Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992. So sustainable development and conservation of resources also discussed in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil in 1992, in which 100 heads of the states participated. Okay. So this is about conservation of resources.